Neville Goddard, a prominent figure in the New Thought movement of the 20th century, remains an enduring influence today due to his insightful teachings on the power of the mind and imagination. Central to Goddard's philosophy is the concept of a transformative state of consciousness. This particular state is marked by a heightened sense of awareness and a profound belief in the mind's capacity to mold circumstances and shape reality. This state is not simply a mystical or esoteric concept. Rather, it is an empowering mental framework that enables us to realize our desires and manifest our aspirations. To delve deeper into this transformative state and how to access it, we need to understand the core principles of Goddard's teachings. 1. The law of assumption. The cornerstone of Goddard's teachings is the law of assumption. This principle maintains that when we consciously assume a certain state of being or a specific reality, even if it does not exist in the present moment, and live as if this desired state is already our reality, we set the stage for that reality to manifest physically. The law of assumption demands a shift in perspective from passive wishing to active assumption of the desired state. 2. Creative visualization. Creative visualization serves as a practical tool to embody the law of assumption. According to Goddard, you must build a vivid mental picture of your desired reality. But this is not a mere daydream. It should engage all your senses, enveloping you in the sights, sounds, tastes, smells, and emotions of your envisioned state. This multisensory experience creates a subconscious blueprint, guiding your actions towards achieving the desired reality. 3. Persistent faith. Faith, as understood by Goddard, is not about passively waiting for a divine entity to bring about change. Instead, it is about maintaining a steadfast trust in your desired state and persisting in your imaginative acts until your desired reality feels natural. Such unwavering faith serves as the bridge between your present state and your ideal state, fostering an environment conducive to manifestation. 4. I am, consciousness. Goddard's teachings pivot around the idea of I am, consciousness. He perceived our awareness or consciousness as the divine power God that shapes reality. Affirming I am, followed by a state you desire to manifest, for example, I am successful, is a potent way of harnessing this power. The I am consciousness facilitates a shift from a state of wanting to a state of being, accelerating the manifestation process. 5. Living in the end. Another significant aspect of Goddard's teachings is the practice of living in the end. This approach involves mentally and emotionally dwelling in the reality where your desire has already been fulfilled. It does not suggest ignoring your current circumstances. Instead, it encourages you to focus on your ideal state until it seeps into your subconscious and reflects in your actions and reactions. 6. Nightly rituals. Goddard recommended practicing a nightly ritual for manifestation. He believed the state akin to sleep, SATs, is a highly receptive state where our conscious mind is less active, allowing the subconscious to take the lead. During this state, you are advised to relax and construct a scene implying the fulfillment of your desire. Falling asleep while in this feeling state allows the subconscious to accept and work on the manifestation of this new reality. 7. Revisions. Goddard also proposed the technique of revision, where you revise an undesired event or situation in your imagination to align with your preferred outcome. This technique is based on the belief that the past, present, and future exist simultaneously in the human imagination and can be modified through creative visualization. 8. Mental diets. A mental diet, another significant technique in Goddard's teachings, involves consciously controlling and directing your thoughts towards your desired state. It involves consciously choosing thoughts that support your desired reality and eliminating those that don't. Here are a few examples that demonstrate the application of his principles. The power of assumption and persistence. Consider the story of a young woman who wanted to travel overseas but lacked the financial means. Inspired by Goddard's teachings, she decided to apply the law of assumption. She started to live as if she had already planned the trip. She studied travel guides, chose destinations, made a daily itinerary, and even began packing her suitcase. She persisted in this state, imagining herself already experiencing the trip, feeling the excitement, the new experiences, and the joy of travel. After a few weeks, she received an unexpected sum of money from a forgotten investment, just enough to cover her travel expenses. Her consistent assumption and faith in the reality of her desire had manifested the trip she yearned for. Living in the end and nightly rituals. A struggling writer dreamed of publishing a successful novel but had faced multiple rejections from publishers. After learning about Goddard's teachings, he decided to live in the end. Each night, before falling asleep, he visualized a scene where he was holding a published copy of his novel with his name on the cover. He imagined the feel of the book, the smell of the pages, the joy and pride he felt. He persisted in this act for months. Eventually, he received an acceptance letter from a well-known publisher who was interested in his manuscript. His nightly rituals and living in the end had paid off. I am consciousness and creative visualization. Consider a middle-aged man who, despite being healthy, constantly worried about developing a serious illness. After discovering Goddard's teachings, he realized that he had been identifying with a state of illness rather than health. He decided to shift his consciousness. He started affirming, "I am healthy," and visualized himself as vibrant, fit, and enjoying a healthy lifestyle. Over time, his anxiety decreased significantly, and his overall health improved. His doctor was impressed with his positive changes and even remarked on his impressive vitality. By shifting his I am consciousness, he had successfully manifested his desired state of health. The power of revision. There was a woman who was distressed by a strained relationship with her sibling due to an old argument. She learned about Goddard's technique of revision and decided to apply it. Each evening, she would relax and replay the incident that caused the strain, but in her revised version, the argument never took place. Instead, she imagined a scene of a joyful, loving conversation. After a few weeks of practicing this technique, her sibling reached out to her, expressing a desire to mend their relationship. They had a heartfelt conversation, reminiscing about the good times, and their relationship was healed. Through the power of revision, she was able to alter the course of her personal history. Living in the end with a mental diet. Consider the story of an entrepreneur whose business was facing financial difficulties. He had heard of Goddard's teachings and decided to apply the principle of living in the end, along with a strict mental diet. He started envisioning his business thriving, with increased sales and satisfied customers. Every time a thought of worry or doubt crept in, he consciously replaced it with a positive affirmation about his business success. He also created a specific scene where he was reviewing a quarterly report showing remarkable profits, and he would visualize this scene nightly before falling asleep. Within a few months, his business started to turn around. His unwavering focus and positive mental diet had manifested the desired outcome. These examples highlight how Goddard's principles can be applied in various life situations. It is the transformative state of consciousness that Goddard taught about, which when entered and maintained consistently, can manifest our desires into reality. As per Goddard, the key is to believe in your imaginative acts as reality and live in that belief until the desired state is manifested in the physical world. By gaining a comprehensive understanding of Neville Goddard's teachings and learning how to access the transformative state of consciousness, we equip ourselves with the tools necessary to manifest our desires. The journey to achieve results involves conscious assumption of our ideal state, persistent faith, creative visualization, and an understanding of the I am consciousness. As we integrate these principles into our daily lives, we tap into the profound power of our minds and imagination to shape our realities. Thanks for watching.